Hocking Hill State Park is nestled in the picturesque woods of Hocking County. The word Hocking was named after the Hocking River. In Delaware tongue, this translates into bottle. Above the falls of the Hocking River, the creek was very narrow and straight, giving the impression of a bottleneck. Native American tribes of Delaware, Wyandot, and Shawnee were among some of the first settlers in Hocking County. As time passed, Hocking Hills went from a local to a public attraction. Certain measures were needed to protect the untamed beauty of the Hocking Hills. Hocking Hills and the caves, including Old Man's Cave, were protected under the State Forest Law of 1915, thus preserving the park for the enjoyment of future generations. Today, the Hocking Hills region is a popular choice for tourists who want to step back in time to a place of unspoiled beauty and grandeur. Since the 1800s, the caves have not changed much, and they boast of many attractions to visitors. The Hocking Hills State Forest, Conkle's Hollow, Lake Logan State Park, Cedar Falls, Ash Cave, and the most popular choice of all attractions, Old Man's Cave. Located off of State Route 664, Old Man's Cave has an interesting history and is named after a settler called Richard Rowe. Rowe lived as a hermit in the shelter of the impressive Black Hand sandstone caves of the Hocking Hills. With a fresh supply of water and plenty of game, Richard lived out many years on his own until he suffered an accidental gunshot wound and died. Richard is buried in the cave, but to this day, no one exactly knows where. The Devil's Bathtub. This whirlpool is rumored to extend down to the depths of hell. In reality, it is only a few feet deep, but impressive nonetheless. The rock itself is shaped like a bathtub due to the swirling action of the water. And although it may look inviting, stay out. The bathtub is virtually impossible to climb out of. Rose Lake is a serene setting with a welcoming cool breeze for hikers making their way from Old Man's Cave to Cedar Falls. The lake marks the halfway point between the two, and like the rest of the park, it has much to offer. People who are weary find Rose Lake an excellent spot to relax and fish, or simply to admire the wildlife and to listen to the trilling of the frogs. One thing a visiting tourist is likely to notice is the amount of hemlock trees. There's an obvious reason for this. Hemlocks love water. Cedar Falls was named for the hemlocks that surround the steep-sided gorge. Hemlocks bear a resemblance to cedars, and so the falls were misnamed. The powerful churning rapids of Cedar Falls were utilized for a mill in the mid-1800s to grind grain. Ash Cave is a short distance from Old Man's Cave, and it is the largest, most impressive recessed cave found in the entire state of Ohio. This horseshoe-shaped cave is massive in scale, measuring 700 feet from end to end and rising 90 feet from the ground. The name Ash Cave is no accident, and just like Old Man's Cave, it derives its name from real-life events. An excavation in 1877 revealed the reason for the name of the cave, as several thousand bushels of ashes were discovered under the shelter by early settlers. Though no one is certain, The most accepted theory for the source of these ashes is believed to come from the Native American campfires from hundreds of years of the Native Americans smelting silver or lead from the rocks. Once the ashes were excavated, they were found to contain traces of sticks, arrows, coarse grasses, flint, pottery, bits of bones, and corn cobs. The cave is also a popular choice for large gatherings. Dating far back into the 1800s, Ash Cave has been utilized for public events such as church services, owing to its amazing acoustic qualities. The Hocking Hills is a natural wonder and a real treat for anyone in the state of Ohio and across the world. Our state is filled with natural and undisturbed beauty unlike anywhere else. So let's keep it that way, for all to enjoy now and in the future.